The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton here. Today is Wednesday, although this video may not get posted till later in the week. And yesterday, there was a shooting in Texas that killed at least 19 kids and 2 teachers. That number may be revised with the injuries and stuff. And from what it seems that all the deaths happened in one classroom. He pretty much barricaded himself in the classroom and shot everybody up in there. And of course, because of this, you have the left wing who is saying, let's get rid of the guns, more laws on guns. And the right wing saying, no, it's not a gun issue. And you know what? The right wing is right. Whether you're a Republican, Democrat, or whatever, it's not a gun issue. You want to make it a gun issue, but it's not a gun issue. If you really cared about the kids and stuff, you would enforce the current laws that are currently in the books. One source said there's over 2,000. Another source said there's over 300,000 state, local, and federal laws. One person stated in a comment that there's over 300 pages of federal statutes on gun laws. I do know the 2 principal ones from 1934 and 1968, and there's a few other principal ones as well that has been enacted since then. But let's look at history, shall we? When you look at history, in the past 50, 60 years, it's gotten worse, not better. And there's been more gun laws since then, not less. The main things you heard about in the 60s with gun violence in the schools were, gee whiz, when the National Guard shot up Kent State University, or Kent State, in Ohio, killed 4 students, wounded 8, shot in a crowd of hundreds of peaceful protesters protesting the Vietnam War. Or in 1969 in Berkeley, California, in a park where police officers shot into a crowd of young protesters, injuring 50, killing 1 almost bled to death, 1 got blinded, using buckshot and birdshot. And remember, it didn't matter if there was gun laws or not then, because it was the cops and military that had the guns. What has changed in the past 50 or so years is the morality of the United States. Us accepting things that is definitely wrong. Doing right, not teaching right and wrong to our kids. Generation X started it, and millennials continued it, where now we put kids in front of the TV show or video games, and that's what watches our kids. Now, mind you, I played video games growing up. I also watched plenty of TV and movies, but the difference was I knew right from wrong. There was a lot of guns in the house that I lived in from my grandfather. And me and my brother, and mind you, my brother was not no good kid at all in school, but we both knew not to mess with the guns. We were taught right from wrong. We taught what guns can do to people. We had morality. Where's the morality nowadays? Instead of teaching right and wrong, schools are too busy trying to teach what pronouns you should use. If you should identify at 5 years old as a girl even though you're a boy. Gender identity, homosexuality, sexuality. Instead of teaching right and wrong, they want to teach all of this. Why? Indoctrination and not education. Say what you want. Statistics prove, yes, when God was taken out of school in the 60s, whether, what religion, the fact is, it went downhill from there because it wasn't teaching morality. First it was, you, look at this, you can do this and that without any penalties. It's now like, oh, don't spank a kid, you may hurt his self-esteem. I got spanked plenty of times, and so did my brother. My brother has the biggest ego in the world. So yeah, it doesn't hurt self-esteem. Man made it worse with him. And I'm pretty sure he's going to listen to this and say, yeah, screw you, Kelton. And if you think the Democrats, who are all calling for gun control, really care about your safety, they don't. They would enforce the current laws that are currently on the books. They would talk about morality. But remember, the same people calling for gun control because it's, we got to protect our children are the same people who have no problem going to an abortion clinic and sucking a baby's brain out from the womb. That's the morality we live in today, people, whether you want to admit it or not. It makes me laugh, the Democrats who cry up there, we need to get rid of guns because it's hurting our children. But yet they make laws that are saying, well, hey, let's suck out a baby's brain. And some states trying to make it as late as 9 months, as long as it doesn't come out of the womb, let's still suck out his brain since I don't want it at the last minute. Are those really the people you want to listen to about morality and about safety? They don't care nothing about safety. It's all about control. Now, people want to call me a Republican or whatnot. No, I might be a registered Republican, but I don't identify as a Republican. I identify as an independent because both parties are corrupt. Both parties will use their own agenda to do their own things. This is about the people of the United States. It has nothing to do with the party systems. And until we realize that it's about morality, you can't legislate morality no matter how many states want to ban abortions or how many states like California, New York want to ban guns. It's going to happen whether you want it or not. There's more knife killing than rifle killings. Look up the statistics. It doesn't lie. Blunt objects had more killings, homicides than rifle killings. But yet they want to ban the rifles and everything else. Because it's all about control. If you want to make a safer place and ban things that kills, you should ban cars. They kill. You should ban alcohol. Alcohol kills more, double the amount than guns kill in a year. Like 90,000 compared to the 45,000 in guns from the statistics I read before I did this video. But the last time they banned alcohol, what happened? Crime soared. When you ban guns, all you're doing is creating a new element for the criminals. Because now, and with today's age of technology, if they could chop shop a car up and sell car parts and stuff and re-put it together, what do you think they're going to do with a simple, small little thing? You want to talk about good? There'll be so many ghost guns on the street, you won't even know what to do. And it will be untraceable. Because you'll have a new market. Like prohibition, there was a new market for alcohol, so crime went up. Crime's only going to go up. You get rid of guns, and gun crimes are going to go up. Because it's the lawful citizens who get hurt, not the criminals. If criminals listen to law, there wouldn't be any killings to begin with. Think about that one. When you try to it's easy to get anything. He could have went in that room with a knife, and because they're kids, how many kids can defend against a grown man with a knife? And don't want, he wasn't enough. He just turned 18. He's an adult. He can die for his country. He can become a police officer. He can vote, which means he's a grown man. So don't use that excuse, he just turned 18. He's still bigger than those little kids that he murdered. And you can do it with a knife as well as a gun, just as easily when it's kids like that. You take out the adults first, then everyone else. So it's not about the Democrats caring about people. It's about control. Maybe they'll focus less on telling you what pronouns to use and more on right and wrong and some mental help for the people that need it. And that's just my opinion on it. What's your opinion? Like, share, subscribe. If you have any comments, feel free to comment. I know I'm pretty sure it pissed people off. But you know what? Blame yourselves. If you're one of those parents to put your kid in front of a TV and let the TV watch your kid because you're busy, then look in the mirror and blame yourself because you're not teaching them right or wrong either. You're letting a TV show do it. And you don't know what that TV show is teaching or the video games they're playing. If you have any topics you want us to discuss, brothersofliberty76@gmail.com. We'll love to hear from you. And my kids know the difference between right and wrong. They're under 10 and they know not to mess with a gun. We don't even have guns in the house, but they know what guns can do because we taught them. Just think about that. Morality, not legislation. And I am the older brother of liberty, reminding you what true freedom is and ought to be.